Honor amongst thieves. What will the ramifications of the D&D movie be?
The same as the other ones. Do you remember? Did any of you guys watch the other D&D
old one?
Yeah, well, there was 3, but like they were kind of trash.
Yeah.
But Jeremy Irons was in it, so it's still kind of sad, if I be honest with you. So, like, honestly, for the D&D movie, I'm annoyed with it, right? And do you want to know why I'm angry with it?
We're not annoyed in it in the conventional sense of, oh, they're doing this. Actually, drinks can't be oil bears.
Yeah, look, I'm not annoyed about that. You know what I am annoyed about? So they're filming it over here, right? And they
filmed it in Northern Ireland.
They filmed it in Northern Ireland, right? And they needed a baby. And what do you know? Ozzy was just born at the time when they were looking.
They were looking for a baby with dark hair.
And at the exact time point that they were going to be doing it, like, you know, he was
about a week, 2 weeks old.
But whenever they needed him to be that age group.
Yep.
At that time, we put him on in, never heard anything back. Ozzy could have been in the D&D movie, just saying. But they rejected him. And I think they're missed out big time, because I think he's to die for.
Yes.
So that's my gripe about
the D&D movie.
It's got nothing to do with the quality of the movie. Honestly,
they didn't pick our son.
Yeah. Honestly, how cool would have that been, though?
I know.
It would have actually been so cool.
I know.
Being able to get him into that.
I know.
If we had, but look, you know, what can you do? Honestly, what will the ramifications be, though? Well, we'll get into this thread. There's going to be a lot. Honestly, some bad, some good. Overall, it just looks like a Marvel movie to me. That's what it is. Like, you know, and
it does look very.
It's very.
Like, I'm expecting Nick Fury to show up.
Yeah, if Nick Fury doesn't show up at the end, I would be very much shocked by that. Yeah. Actually, and I've actually got a few ideas for a D&D movie I'll pitch to you guys at the end. Right, so let's just jump into this thread, will we?
Kickstarter coming soon. If it's good, more people become interested in D&D, and you see more copycat campaigns and premises based on whatever the fuck happens in the movie to try and ride that popularity. Realistically, it comes out as bad and then everyone writes it off as a shitty cash.
I think that's most likely the case.
If it's good...
I want it to be good. I think, like, you know, like, put it like this. Like, this is what I feel like. When it comes to Critical Role, I'm not a fan of Critical Role. And I do think there's a lot of people that jump on to Critical Role. And
the hate train on it.
Yeah, and all that jazz. But I'm going to view it in the same light as the way like, personally, it's not my taste.
Yeah.
But I don't really play 5e anymore. Yeah. So...
My sense of it is, you know... If it's good, you might see an awful lot more children.
Yeah,
getting interested in it, which isn't a bad thing.
No, I don't think it's a bad thing at all.
As in, you might see kids knocking around with like Dungeons and Dragons t-shirts on and stuff. Who knows? But you might see an awful lot of more kids wanting to get involved, and maybe I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a lot of parents. As in, like, let's say if Ozzy was older, I would take him to go watch the movie.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, oh, that's so cool because dragons fighting.
It's a fantasy Marvel movie. That's what I'm expecting. I'm thinking of Guardians of the Galaxy with a D&D paint job over it.
Exactly, where if parents who are into D&D maybe go to show their kids it, and the kids seem to like it.
Yeah, and they
want to play it.
Because let's be serious,
there could be good ramifications of it, but realistically, as this guy says, it's probably going to get washed under the carpet.
Yeah, it'll probably be forgotten about in a year or two's time. But like, you know, the World of Warcraft movie. That's exactly what I'm expecting.
The only thing that I can see people say, it's not much about gameplay. It's just about a story written in it. So it doesn't actually tell you what the tabletop's like. So I can see like grannies taking their kids to it. Oh, Dungeons and Dragons, the wee boys being like, yeah, it sounds so cool. Yeah. Dungeons and Dragons, yeah. And then,
where's the dungeons at?
Not having a clue what it's about, and then just come home and go, yeah, dragons are cool.
Yeah, look, let them enjoy themselves, you know.
Bad movies usually get passed these days as, well, it was fun, despite being the kind of film they never want to watch again. I've done that. Yeah. I went to go watch movies, I was like, it was alright, it was fun. It was a fun watch, but I'll never watch it again.
Yeah, that's what I feel like with bulk of movies I watch these days.
Only low-budget bad movies actually get called shitty these days, and an army of fanboys come out to yell at you for calling anything a clear sign of corporate greed, so cash grab isn't thrown around as much anymore. Yeah. It
kind of is. I do think there will be a lot of people that, again, I feel like there's a lot of people that are automatically going to hate it.
Who was the director, do you know?
Actually, I don't know.
Directed it?
Yeah, let me check that out. 1 second. So, the guy that's directing it is a Jonathan Goldstein. No comment.
But he
no.
seems to do a lot of kids movies.
He does kids movies and a couple comedy. He done Horrible Bosses, and Horrible Bosses was actually pretty funny at the time.
And
he did Spider-Man Homecoming.
So it's
definitely I can see where they picked him for this.
Yeah, it's pandered to kids.
Yeah.
And did you say he'd done the Flash movie as well?
Well, it's coming out. The Flash movie he's going to be doing.
It's going to be pandered to kids.
Yeah,
obviously all movies are, but it's going to have that more Marvel-esque feel to it.
But again,
which I think most movies have that feel to it.
I think they have to do it these days. You need to remember. So this is the way I view a lot of things. Like, what are you guys doing right now? You guys are watching us talk about role-play and stuff. How niche is that? Mm-hmm. What we do is hyper niche. But what are movies? Movies have to appeal to so many people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they have to be able to appeal to so many people, so therefore they have to be watered down.
Yeah.
And they can't do a lot of things that they normally would. And this is why I feel like you're never going to get a good 40k movie, ever. Like as good as 40k could be to adapt to movies, they'll never be able to do it. Because the broader public,
too much.
The broader public,
cramming.
The broader public are just not interested in it.
No.
And you can never get exactly what you want.
Exactly.
And this is where I feel like a lot of this sort of stuff isn't really ideal.
That's why I thought they'd done a very good job with the new Dune.
Oh yeah, Dune was actually done really well. But that's
how they've split it into two, because you're not rushing it.
Yeah, you're not rushing it. And also I feel like the new Dune movie, they didn't water it down and they didn't explain that much. Like, you know, you went into it not really knowing any of it, and I explained a lot of the questions that you had afterwards.
Yeah.
I feel like the first movie, the movie from the 80s, did a better job at setting the stage. At least they had that wee monologue into it.
But once again, it was just the one movie where hopefully... Did it say it's going to be 3 parts, this one?
What, this D&D? The Dune? I think it's 3 parts.
Yeah, where they're going to have more time to put more into it for people to understand it more.
But again, I feel like this is my problem with movies these days. I feel like TV shows have really stepped up to the mark.
I would always watch a TV show over a movie.
I feel like TV shows have just put in so much more work these days, and they're able
to tell more.
They're a better medium for telling stories.
Yeah, especially if you're doing, like I said, book adaptation. TV shows, I think, are the way to go, because you can have seasons upon seasons and not have to worry about rushing things.
Yeah, exactly. You can spend your time.
You can spend your time with the episodes.
Yeah.
Especially if it takes off. Yeah. Obviously, if you get cancelled, then you're fucked. But
yeah, well, yeah, you got to do what you got to do. One thing that I'm really shocked about is, you know that, sure, they're doing that with the Critical Role animated show. I'm really shocked that there was that horrible. Okay, you know what? I'm not. It's got charm. That old 80s D&D cartoon.
Yeah,
it was trash, you know, but it's kind of got lovable charm. It's got charm at this point. Okay, why isn't that more popular? You would think animated D&D animated stories would be, because
kids don't watch anime nowadays. They watch the Marvel movies, which is all live action. I think that's where they're doing all the Disney movies, all live action. Because what kids hardly watch, and even like that new one that came out, Encanto.
Oh yeah.
It's that well animated that the way the hair moves and the wind moves, it's so realistic to kids. Yeah. There's none of this like watching 2D images anymore.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Like, you know, it really is a bit of a shame. Or the horrible cheap stuff, Cocomelon tier animation. Like, let's just keep going.
Right, you slimy human maggots. We has been working hard at Neckbeardia to get the bestest little people that monies can buy. We got all the boys here. We got the boys, the lizard boys, vampire boys, all the boys over at Neckbeardia. Oh, we also got some pretty girls too. But I can't really make out which one's the boys and which one's the girls sometimes. But anyway, I need more monies to get more DACA, so get on over and order some now, you filthy pigs. Every video that we post, we're going to be giving away all of our homebrew content to one lucky winner. Every video. All you have to do to be in with a chance to win is to be subscribed, leave a comment, and like this video. And today's lucky winner is this guy. Well done. To claim your prize, just send an email to neckbeardiacontact@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the video. So Ozzy woke up from his nap early, so he's here to join us to give his opinions.
Yeah, and he's very upset. He could have been a star, kid. He could have been a star.
It shouldn't be a surprise that the new D&D movie is like this. Not only was the last one an utter failure, even though a straight-played movie with 3.5 iconics and their example adventures into the ruined monastery would have been excellent due to how low the bar is for a D&D movie.
Yeah, it's not high.
It's
not like no one expects it to be good.
Like, come on. But the fan base has only grown worse since then. Indeed, were this movie made in 2004, it might actually be tolerable. But that goes for most movies made now. What you're seeing is the final stage of the Söyification of Dungeons & Dragons. The teasing foreplay of its prominence in Stranger Things, The Big Bang Theory, and other normal media has helped flood the hobby with casuals who couldn't give a fuck about the existent culture and who utterly lack imagination. This, along with the mongrel hordes of video game players, hunched and dopamine-addled, has caused the game to be flooded with League of Legends style pauldron core art and floods of video game meme phrases.
Honestly, pauldron core was around long before League of Legends. Let's be serious.
The consumerism of D&D has skyrocketed as it is invaded by soys.
You can't say that.
And women who outspend the original nerds by a factor of 3 to 1. In the end, the RPG community has been overtaken and its culture changes to fit the ADHD low IQ mongoloids who now infest it. Thus, the Marvel tier movie should be expected, as Marvel movies are the ultimate expression of soy mentality when it comes to storytelling. Nothing can be taken seriously, and the prominence of my epic upvotes RPG story of my nat 20 table slamming laughter, IPA beer, froth everywhere just goes to show it. So this movie is just the final stages of the cancer that destroyed D&D, and yet this board still tries to pretend the hobby needs fresh blood, lest it die, and ignoring the fact that it already has.
Yeah, kind of. Well, yeah. Well, okay. Look, it's definitely. Look, you just made me sad. Okay, man.
Well, it is going to bring new people to it.
It will bring new people, and let's be serious. If 99% of them are going to be trash, let's say it is.
No, let's just not all of us pretend that we're actually good players.
Yeah, but no. Okay, so let's just imagine how many people are going to watch the movie and then be like, oh, you know what? I'm actually going to try. I'm going to go to a game store and actually try to play. I'm going to learn to play.
They're going to come home from the movie. They're going to search up D&D on YouTube or something and watch a couple of. That's why this title of the video is very clickbaity, guys. Just
we got to do.
Gotta do what you got to do on YouTube, guys.
But yeah, no. There's going to be how many of them are actually going to go to many games? Yeah. Maybe a couple. Some of them will lose interest very quickly. There's going to be maybe 20% of people that continue to play in the next 5 years. Yeah. And then out of that 20%, you're talking maybe not even 5%
probably who continue playing it.
And even then, people that are out of that 5%, how many are going to go on to different games and actually try to adapt or,
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. This just makes me depressed whenever I talk about such things. Let's just keep going.
It's sad, Ozzy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very sad that you didn't get... Yeah.
Yeah. It's terrible.
It's terrible. We didn't get you could call us Jerry and Keith McCann too. We didn't get a Sour Child Moloch. Oh my god.
Say wow.
Wow.
Oh wow. At work, 2 random women start talking about the trailer. One says she wants to see it because it reminds her of Game of Thrones. The other one says it reminds her of Harry Potter because of the owl. I wish I was making this up. People are so starved for anything that isn't cape shit. They will flock to this movie in droves. This is going to be a hit, no matter how bad it is.
That's actually the right thing.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it. There hasn't been anything really from Game of Thrones.
Well, when was the last big fantasy movie I can think of was World of Warcraft. That was about it, and that was an animated movie at that. Yeah. No, it wasn't animated. There was human actors.
Yeah, it was CGI.
Yeah, it was mostly CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it is going to be it is going to be a big movie.
But the Warcraft was shit.
Yeah, but I think that's a video game movie.
And everybody was in makeup and stuff, where this one, it's actual act.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant's in it. Mums are going to go to it.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Oh my god,
Hugh
actually,
Grant's the big bad evil guy.
Whenever I first started thinking about the D&D movie, I was like, you know what, maybe people are overreacted. Maybe this isn't going to be anywhere near as bad as what people make it out to be. But let's be serious, it's going to be absolute dog shit. let's not try and pretend that's going to be anything else other than dog shit.
Yeah.
And they were hamstrung from the start anyway, and they were never going to be able to make a good movie. But look at what was like. I don't know you guys seen any of that stuff about that new adventure, the Citadel. I'm not going to even talk about it, but it's, oh my god, the wokeness is it's got out of control.
They're really pandering.
Did you see that Wizards of the Coast put out? It's okay to play other races. It's not considered cultural appropriation to be a DM anymore. Just so you guys know.
Just to let you know.
Like, that's an actual thing these days. This is why I, honestly, when it comes to D&D, just play other games.
Yeah.
At this point, I feel like...
I think it's all getting a bit too much. Let them take it over at this point, because...
They've taken it, and there's no going
just
back.
let them take it at this point, because there's better systems.
There's better systems.
Far better systems out there.
I feel like there's no point in even trying to...
Reason with them.
And the company behind them doesn't want anything to do with you, so why even...
Wizards of the Coast writing out in anger over Neckbeardia.
Cease and desist, peasant! But that's what it feels like, and honestly, that's why I don't really care much. But the biggest problem is, what is D&D? D&D is... It's the biggest name. Dicks and Dong. No, but it's the biggest name. It's the one people who don't have any idea about role-playing games have heard of D&D. They know what it's big in pop culture.
Yeah.
It's something that people do know about. Like, normies know about it. Everyone does.
My mum calls every gaming system the Nintendo. Yeah. And she knows what
Yeah, exactly. If she knows what it is, for God's sake. So, and that's not just because that's what we do.
Yeah. And every video game's Mario.
Yeah. There's no other way to go about it. They had to go normie. They had to go MCU. That's how they make money these days, and that's how they're just going to do it. And it doesn't matter what we could have done better. However, I've got a couple of... I think we're going to wrap it up, but I've got a few ideas of how to do this movie, and I think it would have been better, just saying.
Put Ozzy in it?
Yeah, so Ozzy should have been in the movie.
Number one.
That would have been so much better. Ozzy should have made it in the movie, and we could have sacrificed him to Moloch. Moloch. What do you... It's probably better off not saying the name. Harvey, yeah. What do you call that? Jerry and Keith McCann. No, we wouldn't
send you to the bad people.
No, we wouldn't send you to the Hollywoods. No, that's absolutely...
No Hollywood.
Oh, my God. Anyway.
Only Hollywood, Northern Ireland.
Yeah. But, no, what I would have done is, I would have just absolutely made a shitpost of a movie and called it a day. I wouldn't have went big budget at all. I would have actually made it LARPed here. But made it
literal LARPed here, take a camera to LARP.
And done something like that. And,
almost like... You know what, what's that movie, Paranormal Activity is, where it's all or Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
It's all handheld camera, but it goes to a LARP camp.
Yes.
And they're playing D&D, and it's funny things within LARP camp. I think that's what they should have done, to be honest.
That would have been really fun.
And made it, was it that Role Models one with Kevin Hart and McLovin? And McLovin had a cape on, and he was obsessed with it.
I couldn't tell you.
So something like that, but, something funny like that instead of going all serious like this. And just literally take the piss out of us.
Yeah, just go hyper parody.
Yeah, I think that's what it
if you want to put in meta humor, I don't see a big problem with it. I think people would enjoy it. You are going to get a lot of those dickheads that will be like, "Oh, Bazinga, I know that.
Yeah.
Hacking that 20s, guys." Yeah. If I was to go serious, I would have literally just made the Neverland story, because the Neverland story to me is a solo D&D movie.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
The Neverland story.
Play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would have done that. I would have went wacky, maybe Isaiah style, something like that. Or maybe just from time to time, you would just get cuts of the actual, going out of character and in character.
Sitting around the table, and then it zooms into the table, and they're playing their characters.
Yeah, that would have been, I think you could have done that, and I think it would have been really funny. But again, that's just not going to appeal to a lot of people, and when you're doing big budget movies like this, you gotta appeal.
This is what they're gonna do.
But that's why I wouldn't have went low budget. I wouldn't have went cheap as anything. I would have got Billy No Mean actors. I would have went dirt cheap. Maybe put some decent money into CGI from time to time, but for the most part, it's going to be kind of trash.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah.
And it would have been okay.
Like how trash we're talking about Tommy Wiseau trash.
Honestly, I would have loved that. I would have been so up for that if it was that bad. But
Neckbeardia D&D movie coming 2026.
Yeah.
Ozzy plays a goblin.
Yes. You'd be perfect age. Yeah.
You are a little goblin, aren't you?
Yeah. What do you think the chances are of them putting a Critical Role reference into the movie, though?
Probably.
I think they will do stuff like that. And honestly, because I'm not opposed to them doing that. Because, again, you need to remember who they're trying to appeal to. I don't think, these people, this movie is not meant for the grognards. This is meant for the Twitter crowd, at best. And then it's meant for normies, in reality. Let's be serious. The game's meant for normies. I'm sorry, the movie is meant for normies.
For normies, yeah.
And
it's going to be mostly kids who can see it anyway. I
think when it comes to kids,
what's your who's your man? You know the fella who does sweaty off you.
Movie Bob.
Movie Bob.
Oh my god,
Bob's going to be sitting in the back going, this is yes, he's going to be like that in the back of the
No, we won't talk about Movie Bob. Not Movie Bob. Movie Bob is. I'm not even going to talk about. I despise any and all from a YouTube drama. I don't really like. You know what I mean? I'm not going to pass any judgment on Movie Bob. But
we all know.
But we know what he's like these days. He wasn't always like that, which is such a shame.
I know.
You know,
or maybe he was, but
he hit it
that
better.
was a time whenever I was very liberal.
Maybe there's a chance of that. Anyway, look, guys, what's your thoughts? Overall, I think it's just going to be trash, and I think I might watch it.
I might go watch it.
Maybe. Well, we haven't been able to go see movies last year, so because of him. Yeah, so I don't think we will.
I might wait for it coming out on Amazon.
If it's on, if we can get it on a streaming service for free, we'll watch it then. But,
do you want to watch D&D movie?
I don't know.
Do you want to watch D&D movie?
Look, all I'm saying is, I don't want to automatically say it's going to be dog shit, even though I know it's going to be dog shit, and everyone knows it's going to be dog shit. There's pretty much zero chance of it coming out good. But hey, if it came out, if it's just like Guardians of the Galaxy reskinned, it's pretty inoffensive. I don't
to be honest, I think they're just they're reaching for things to make. They're trying to pander, especially the last 2-3 years. They're trying to pander to the niche group.
It's not even a niche anymore.
But they're trying to pander to the niche side because Stranger Things.
They've been trying this for years now.
The Big Bang. And then I don't even want to talk about.
Yeah, I do. Well, you know what? Actually, I'm actually. Yeah, Ozzy. Yeah, even Ozzy's like, oh. I don't feel half as bad about this movie than I do the Lord of the Rings TV show. The Lord of the Rings TV show, I'm genuinely sad.
The only thing I'm happy about that is that they're used to it.
Oh yeah, well look, they do look like they are putting a good work into the works. I'll give them that.
However,
that's
where I'm going to leave it.
A goodly turd is still a goodly turd.
Yeah.
There's not much else you can put. Look, guys, I want to hear your thoughts, your opinions. And by the way, druids cannot be all birds. Look, guys, check out the models' website, all that type of stuff.
Websites, all that good shit. Say bye-bye, Ozzy.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Yeah. Say bye-bye.
He's very upset he didn't get into them.
Very upset he didn't get
Very upset. Look, guys, see you later.